Hello everyone, my name is Cinderella, and I can't wait to tell you my story. Dreams do come true. Long ago, there lived a beautiful young maiden named Cinderella. I was a sweet girl with a big heart who was always kind to everyone, especially my animal friends. But not everyone was kind to me. I lived with my stepmother and two stepsisters who treated me like a servant. Cinderella, get my breakfast. Cinderella, do the ironing. Cinderella, pick up the laundry. I never did complain, and I always did as I was told, but I was very unhappy. I wished to be treated with the same respect as my stepsisters and the other maidens in the kingdom. One day, my wish came true. The king was holding a ball for the prince, and all the maidens in the land were invited, including me. My stepmother agreed I could go to the grand ball on two conditions. I must finish all my chores, and I must find something suitable to wear. I didn't mind doing all the chores that day. I realized that all my hard work would finally pay off, and that I would soon be at the grand ball, just like every other maiden in the kingdom. After every last chore was finished, I ran to my room and pulled out an old dress that once belonged to my mother. I imagined dancing at the ball and held the dress up to myself. The dress needed some alterations, but they would be easy for me to make. As I took the dress out of my sewing basket, I heard a call. Cinderella! Cinderella! My stepmother and stepsisters were getting ready for the ball, and they would not give me a moment's peace. I put down the sewing basket and obediently went downstairs. My friends realized that I would have never had time to fix the dress in time for the ball, so they decided to surprise me. The mice and birds worked together to fix the dress. They found ribbons, sashes, and beads to make the dress look so beautiful. When I returned to my room, I was delighted when I saw the dress. Oh, it's beautiful! Why, thank you. Thank you so much, I exclaimed. The mice were overjoyed to see me in my new dress, and I was filled with hope that maybe I would really be able to find true happiness at last. But it wasn't long before my stepsisters crushed my hopes. When they saw me, they ran to me and began tearing at my dress. "They're my beads," cried Gisela. "That's my sash. Give it back," shouted Anastasia. Soon my dress was torn to shreds. I ran outside and collapsed in tears. There, dry your tears," soothed a soft voice. My fairy godmother magically appeared. "You can't go to the ball looking like that," said the fairy godmother. With a wave of her magic wand, the fairy godmother turned a pumpkin into a coach. With another wave, she turned the mice into horses. The fairy godmother waved her wand again, and I now stood wearing a sparkly ball gown and a pair of glass slippers. Why, it's like a dream, a wonderful dream come true. Oh, thank you, I said. I'm afraid this can't last forever, replied the fairy godmother. On the stroke of 12, everything will be as it was before. At the palace, the prince was enchanted by me. For hours we danced together. I was lost in a dream world when I heard the clock strike 12. I raced down the grand staircase, leaving behind one glass slipper. The next day, the king ordered the Grand Duke to find the owner of the slipper. My stepmother locked me in the attic so I wouldn't be able to try on the slipper, but I never gave up hope. My mice friends stole the key from my stepmother's pocket and freed me. Just as I sat down to try on the slipper, it fell to the floor and shattered. But to everyone's surprise, I pulled out the other slipper from my pocket, proving that I was the girl who had won the prince's heart. I had been unhappy for a very long time, but I always believed that if I continued to dream of happiness and tried to find it, one day my dreams would come true. Finally, that day had come. The prince and I were soon married, and I was truly happy at last.